Hey,
Hey,
hey, that's service price sheet thing you made for me.
yeah,
Up in the right hand corner, it's got a share button.
yeah.
Can I email that to people?
Um, yeah, you can send it to them as a viewer, or it really just depends on what you want.
I'm
Because
just
you drop the thing down, or like you press the share, and then you can put their email in, and then you can put it as a viewer and not an editor.
put it as a viewer. It says add people, groups, calendar events,
People.
and then I just put their name in that top place up there and email it to them.
Yeah, the email. It should pop down like you need to put the email address in, and
Yeah.
then you put it in, and then it'll give you an option for them to edit it or just view it, and then you just make sure it says view.
Viewer,
Yep.
and then I need to resend it then, don't I?
They should maybe get an email about it.
That's all. I'm just doing calling people and getting their emails and sending this price guide out to them.
Yeah, you could do that, or you could attach it directly in your email through that little button that says Google Drive Share. Like if you create an email, then there's the little icon at the bottom, and then if you hover over one, it should say like Google Drive Upload or something like that, and then you can just upload it directly from that.
Okay. All right. If not, at least I'm getting the emails down, and you can email them all out Friday.
Okay.
But I'm sending them to them. I just don't know if they're getting.
I have my orientation tomorrow, so if I if they make me work Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I could come up to the shop after my orientation is over to do the stuff. If you would maybe stay maybe a little bit longer so I could finish it.
Okay.
Okay. I'll just let you know though. I'm not sure if they will or not.
All right. Yeah. Just let me know tomorrow.
All right.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. Man, my back's killing me. So Gibson, how you doing? Red Dirt Farm, first thumbs up over there. Thank you, Red Dirt. Red Dirt Farm.
Before we start, I want to say I'm a professor here
My
at
fucking back
WSU.
is spasming bad.
Thank you for no don't boom. What do you teach?
Fair enough. I'm a sociology professor. I actually teach environment and climate change.
Environment and climate
don't worry,
change.
That's not my question. I have no desire to talk about that today. Before I start, though, I actually want to surprise you maybe a little bit and say that I appreciate that you're here. If nothing else, hold on. If nothing else, as someone who wants so badly to see our students engaged in politics and the life of the mind, this is great. And you should give yourselves a hand for showing up and be out here to talk about it. I do want to focus my question, if I can ask a question rather than doing this whole polemic thing, on the students that are here. So I've taught here for 6 years. I've gotten to know hundreds of our students. Every semester I ask them what they care about, what they want, what concerns them. And I think you probably know this, what scares them the most is that the day that they leave here and they go on the job market, they enter the labor pool, they're not going to find a job. They're not going to find a job. They're going to have a hard time buying a home. They're not going to be able to afford to have a family. Do you agree with that? Do you all agree with that?
Well, largely, I mean, if they're studying sociology, they might not be able to find a job.
Why?
But I
Fair enough. Yeah.
mean, you're kind of proving that college is not really a good use of time.
So for what it's
if
worth,
the students
Charlie-
you're talking to can't find jobs, why are they learning from you?
Sorry, for what it's worth, Charlie, I mostly don't teach sociology students. I mostly teach students from across campus who are interested in things like the environment and climate change. Teach very few sociology students. There's actually a lot of environmental science, engineering,
Even more
finance,
so, but
accounting. A lot of people with the kinds of degrees that you think are very valuable. Anyway, they remain concerned. What I would love to hear from you, genuinely, is what you believe the Trump administration has done in these first 4 months that is making the economic futures of these young people better.
Yeah, I mean, look, he's been in office for 80 days, but quite a lot. Number one, the price of oil is already down, so it's easier for everyone here to be
It
able to
is
drive
down.
home. Gas is going to be cheaper, which also will lower inflation. Number two, a tax bill will hopefully pass, which is no tax on tips, no tax on overtime.
280
Largest
yesterday.
middle-class tax cut in history.
What I paid,
so everyone here
286.
that's going to have a job where overtime is incorporated, they'll be able to keep
Paid,
more of their money. Number three, we're opening up federal lands to build more homes,
246.
which is a great
I had
thing
a
because
discount.
homeownership
It was
is
286
way
before I did my
inaccessible
thing.
for a lot of people in this audience. And it's going to take some time. And one of the main reasons why President Trump won is because we were able to move the youth vote rather significantly
Absolutely.
and substantially, because the Democrat Party, A, took younger voters for granted. I think we can agree on that.
Absolutely.
And B, they did not have an optimistic, hopeful agenda for home ownership, for getting married and having children in this country. So
It's like it's been a storm
I would
out
like
there.
to see the Trump administration go even further and make it so that every young person in this country can have accessibility to be able to own a home. I think they should
that's
prohibit major funds like BlackRock from buying up private family homes
Absolutely.
so that we have to compete against them.
Yeah.
And I'll just do another thing I'm privately lobbying for, and publicly, because I'll say it here, is I don't think the Chinese Communist Party should be able to buy up farmland in the western part of the United States.
Absolutely.
And with that, single-family homes. So that's just some of the ideas here.
Sure. So can I respond? I actually agree with most of what you're saying. I'm not sure that opening up federal lands for housing is going to really solve our housing crisis. I'm not sure lowering the cost of gasoline is really going to deal with the other kinds of inflationary pressures that the Trump administration is putting on the economy. Because you didn't really mention the most important thing that he's done, which is place massive tariffs on imports
Hell
in the
yeah.
United States. Which
I
has
don't
caused
understand why none of
counter-
these people ever push back on, because they go, he's putting tariffs on them. Well, they've got tariffs on us. I don't see anybody push back on that.
tariffs, which are putting economic pressures on American businesses. So it's not only actually jacking up the price, it's functionally a tax on all of us. We're all just going to pay extra for things that get imported. So there's inflation. But all of this conflict, the cost of living going up, the pressures being put on businesses also means that the odds of a recession are also going up by every estimate, not just academic economists, but economists from the government, as well as economists who are working in finance, in the private sector.
Think of what?
How do you reconcile the increase
I need
in
you to
cost
bring
of
your
living,
Sentai shit up here. Your all your
odds
pants.
of a
You
recession,
should have a
with the
level.
idea that the Trump administration is making the economic futures of young people better?
Huh?
I mean, first and foremost, I fully acknowledge that what we inherited from Joe Biden was... No, I mean, of course, you inherit...
10.
You want me to prove to you how bad the economy was we inherited?
Sorry,
You can laugh and chuckle.
real quick. I
13
think
total.
that the
What
problems
are they
facing
charging?
the
The same
American
thing for the
economy
shorts?
are bipartisan. They've been caused by both parties
You guys?
over 40 years.
Hold on, let me prove to you
It's
how that's
not a
not
Biden
true.
problem.
No,
It's not an
no,
Obama
time out.
problem. It's a Bush and
prove to you.
Biden and Obama
30
problem.
of
No,
if
hold
I eat a
on.
lot.
Allow me to finish my
Go
point.
for it. Go for it.
And the audience, your students,
What
will
size are you?
teach you something. Is that okay?
Don't start that
With-
bullshit.
Who had a stronger economy, Joe Biden or Donald Trump's first term?
You need to check for it. I pay for
So
it.
you could say it's
Go
a
try a
bipartisan
pair on.
problem, but when Donald Trump was president,
I'll try both. I ate two,
workers
so
and
you
young
better
Go try a
people saw
pair
their
on before I
incomes
pay
rise
for 'em.
faster than 1%. When Joe Biden was president, the wealthy got wealthier than any other time in American history. We saw the 1% explode their
who got
asset
10?
class, and
Should be 15.
young people and workers had a tougher time. As far as tariffs go,
Tell them to
it's
go let
still
Buck try
very,
on a pair for
let's just say, new
No, let
into
him go right
this
there.
rather risky experiment that the American people
Yeah,
voted.
both
You see, you
It
can
could raise
ram,
prices,
right?
or
Once you see
it
it's
could
your
end up
side,
being where we strike really
then,
good trade deals.
see,
And we sell
anything-
I told him to go
products
check
to these
make sure
countries,
before you
and
left.
tariffs are
Okay.
a
Before I
forcing
paid for
function to open up markets. But
You
I
said
think
you
it's
got
actually
10
really
you charge me
promising
the same
that the
thing on the
president is
shorts?
willing to risk
yeah.
even his own
23.
political favorability to do something that every good politician has promised, which is to protect the
Okay.
American worker. I really think that's
Okay, okay.
But I just the other
Sure,
points.
like
Would you
I-
like
What
to
kind of deal
interject?
you gonna give me on the
You're
short?
right. Like,
It's
it's risky, and I think that that's an
It's
excellent
20
way
on
to
the
frame
short.
it. So I guess my follow-up question is,
How many shorts y'all got?
what's the theory behind how
He
this
got-
will work,
he
and
got-
how
you got
long do
three,
we need to
and he
wait
got two.
until we give up on the experiment?
Well, first and foremost, we don't know whether. So when you are the
You get no
incumbent
pants.
economic player, tariffs can
You
help
get
you.
no pants.
The entire world would love to be a consumer economy. We are a consumer economy. But if you are only a consumer economy, that comes with some
All
problems.
of them.
We don't make vitamin C in this country. It's all made in China. It's a real thing.
you got
You can't
30
survive without vitamin C. Antibiotics are made in China. You can laugh all you want. Our pharmaceutical materials, our aluminum, our iron, our rare earth minerals. We can't make a drone without at least half the components or parts made in mainland China. That's a national security problem. And so, by using
shorts, made
prudence, which is, of course, one of the highest of all the virtues, President Trump is able to weigh the costs and the benefits while also asking the most important question. Am I going to be able to have America not be a vassal state to the Chinese Communist Party while also improving the well-being of the people who voted for me, and not just people who voted for me, but every American person, every American citizen. Finally, if tariffs are nothing but downsides, why does China use them? There are some upsides potentially to tariffs. Sure, to protect some industries or to incentivize domestic production. And finally, I think I'm
about
going to
junk
double
cars?
down and reiterate this point, which
got a
is
truck
that
out there.
the people in this audience that voted for President Trump were trying to send a message to their leaders that you haven't listened to us. The experts have gotten so much wrong. You guys
just put a new
away from
transmission
us,
in it, but the
you
windows are busted out the
away
back
from
of
us,
it.
you guys, from the COVID lockdown, 6 feet of the
Show
spread,
them
you made
that
us take a
blue
vaccine
service truck
for
over
no
there.
good reason for our generation, and it's time for us to try something.
They
I'm simply just
That's great. I don't know what that has to do with the question that I asked.
Let me
which
get
was
your,
about the use
your
of
name.
tariffs. I don't know what that has to
Jamie.
do with Ron.
Jamie?
hold on, but
No, you're redirecting the question. I
No,
want to
I'm
talk to you
not.
about
You
the
can-
tariffs.
Can I tell you what it has to do with
Office
tariffs,
number.
actually? Because I'll complete the point. Because
363
you have a PhD and I didn't go to college, so let me
0615.
maybe make sense of it for you, okay? But I was saying, what it has to do with tariffs is that they don't trust what the experts have been saying, because the
2039.
experts locked down this generation, unnecessarily masked them for 2 years. So when the experts say tariffs don't work, excuse us when we say, actually, you
You'll
have
have to bring,
completely invalidated
Jody.
all of your
Keep that
predictions the
thing
last
back.
couple of years. That, you
Now,
see how they connect?
Well, I
See
see
what I
how
got,
that
what side
connects
you
to
gonna
how
call
people
me.
think about
Okay.
tariffs. I think
See
that's
what
different than what
side
tariffs
the
actually
other guy-
do.
Well,
And
do you
it's
think-
perfectly
do
fine to
you
be
think
frustrated.
that's
what-
No,
more
now
guy.
you let me talk.
What's his name?
Well, hold on.
Angus.
No, you let me talk.
Well,
You keep telling me not to interrupt you. I'm not
That's what
interrupting
you
you.
think they do. I'm going to
Yeah,
add
he's
some
big.
context to what you're
He
saying.
ain't- you know, he ain't
However,
big as me,
we have
about my
not
size.
yet done an experiment
So I don't-
of tariffs as the incumbent economic superpower when we
If
have
they-
mass
if-
robotics,
if
artificial
his pants might be
intelligence.
hanging
We are
up over there, it
energy
might have a
independent,
size
and
in
our
'em.
greatest adversary is
Oh, okay.
energy dependent.
You
So
know,
you
his pants
don't know
might
what's
be
going to
over
there.
happen,
Redirect you
and
back
the
to the
American
question.
people
Trying
voted
to
for the
know.
experiment.
Then let me redirect
Let
you
me-
back to
let
the
me
question
check.
that I asked you. And
You
that
want-
you
you
didn't
wanna do
answer.
no
So it's an
t-shirts
experiment. It's risky.
No, I don't
These
do
are
no
your
t-shirts.
words.
You
These are the
want
ones
the
you
button
have
up?
used.
Yeah.
Yeah. How long do we have to
Right
wait?
there.
And when do we know that they've worked? Is it 3 years? Is it 4? Is it 4 years from now? Prices are still up.
Well, prices are not going up.
Hiring
Inflation
is
going
no,
down.
No, it's inflation is not going to go down.
But it already is, though.
You've put a tax. You've increased the costing of the tariff does.
So doctor, what's your
Bugton.
Buddington?
Bugton.
Dr. Bugton. How does one avoid a tariff?
Do you mean like how do we not impose tariffs
if you are
intentionally on ourselves?
But let's
Is that your question?
educate the audience. If you're Toyota, how do you avoid a tariff?
In the current climate, you would build cars here, which Toyota
Exactly.
does. Toyota
And
invests $1 billion a year in
Trillions of
building
dollars are
cars.
coming into the United States thanks to tariffs. Trillions of dollars. NVIDIA pledged $500 billion.
Those have nothing to do with the tariffs.
Hold on.
Those were pre-existing agreements,
Toyota
Charlie.
just announced 10 new plants in Indiana and Ohio because of the tariffs.
Okay,
Hyundai the same.
Again,
No, that
how
it's,
long do we
they
wait?
are. Well,
How
hold on.
long until they build those plants? Is it
Well,
next
actually,
year? Is it 5 years? Is it 6 years?
They've announced it. They're going to break
Oh.
ground soon. However, I think the more operative question that you're asking is that if something doesn't work, President Trump will not follow it blindly because he's not an ideologue on this. You can laugh and
I agree that
kind
he's
of
not an ideologue,
shrug your
for what it's
shoulders. In fact, he's a patriot. Unlike the prior president, he actually cares about the well-being of the American people. And so if what he is doing with tariffs start to have overwhelming evidence that it's not working for the American people, then he will pivot or adjust. But let me tell you the other component. We're about to pass a massive tax bill in conjunction with the tariff strategy that will make us the most desirable market on the planet to do business. The American worker is about to take more money home than they ever have in the last 50 years. Again, no tax on tips, no tax on Social Security, no tax on overtime. We're going to have a massive middle-class tax cut, an expanded child tax credit, things that the Democrats and Joe Biden refuse to do. President Trump is going to deliver in massive numbers. So I would like to say, despite what the experts say, oh, there's a recession coming, it might be true. But again, this is the same expert class that has completely lost any credibility with the American people the last couple of years. President Trump's been in office for 80 days. Remember when everyone was complaining about the price of eggs? Well, the price of eggs has gone down. The price of oil has gone down dramatically, like $20 a barrel. Give President Trump some time. And by the way, it only took him 10 days to solve the border crisis. Turns out we did not need a border bill. We just needed a new president to secure the southern border.
For what it's worth, I haven't had lunch, so I'm going to leave and let the next person talk.
God almighty.
I just want to say, I do want to reiterate my point, just for you to reflect on and for everyone here to reflect on. It is a risk, and the president has taken an enormous gamble. Not with some abstract thing called the economy. It's your future. It's your jobs, it's your ability to get hired, it's the ability to buy a house and have kids.
No, I got to interject.
And all you need to do, all that anyone should really bother doing, is not to fight about it, but to just pay attention to what actually happens and to reflect on whether what Charlie said is true. That this president is actually a patriot and is actually adapting and is actually doing things to make your life better. Okay?
Yes, and they voted for him for a reason, because they saw his first term and how well he did and how Joe Biden destroyed the country intentionally. Thank you, doctor, and I wish you well.
This force into the light, can we defeat it? Only when they can no longer operate in the shadows can people see the truth for themselves. Only when people see the truth for themselves will people understand the true nature of their deception. Seeing is believing. Sometimes you can't tell the public the truth, you must show them. Only then will people find the will to change. It had to be this way. Out there tearing up crosses at the cemetery.
Before we...
Justice Gorgeon, a lawyer representing a transsexuality push in Maryland school district. Forcing sexual material in elementary schools, even 3-year-old kids. Need to look at their fucking their computers. Jews being Jews. Mom's out there lifting weights.
Man, World War III about to go so crazy when that shit drop. I can't wait for niggas to hear that shit. Man, everybody seems to think that World War III is like an anti-Semitic album or some shit. It's not. It's an album about one man who has gone through betrayal and hurt and pain, and he's putting that shit down. It's not an anti-Semitic album. It's a album about a man who has gone through a lot of pain and a lot of trouble. And I know it's not an anti-Semitic album, nigga, because I wrote that shit, me. Every song on that bitch, nigga. That shit's coming soon.
I would say now, with the White House asserting they were doing gain-of-function research, I mean, we've got contradictory statements from Fauci in court saying outright, we did not do this.
Yeah, he was very clear on that. He was very clear that they weren't doing gain-of-function research, and also
he lied under oath.
Doubling down on all of these mandates and requirements, the 6-foot thing, the mask thing, and then when books started coming out, what was it? Dr. Deborah Burke's book came out, and it was revealed that the 6-foot thing was just
made an arbitrary measurement.
What they were doing since the Middle Ages or something. It's like it was just always been 6 foot, so we never really questioned it.
It was made
half a horse length.
Right. I mean, I guess there's that thing where you like bury bodies 6 feet underground so that bacteria doesn't come up, but like between people, that's not really the same kind of thing.
One of my favorite things was the double masking, which I literally, you watch it emerge in the media. Well, he lied to Congress. I would say now, with the White House asserting they were doing gain-of-function research, I mean, we've got contradictory statements from Fauci in court saying outright, we did not do this.
Yeah, he was very clear on that. He was very clear that they weren't doing gain-of-function research, and also he...
Oh. Hello.
Do I deserve more or less?
Less.
To say some very harsh things about some of our media friends. Yes, it is true that many of the people in this room for 4 years failed to cover the fact that Joe Biden was mentally incompetent and was not running the country. It is also true that many people in this room who have used this talking point that Elon is not elected fail to understand how government works. So I'm glad for the opportunity for a brief civics lesson. A president is elected by the whole American people. He's the only official in the entire government that is elected by the entire nation, right? Judges are appointed, members of Congress are elected at the district or state level, which is one man. And the Constitution, Article 2, has a clause known as the vesting clause, and it says the executive power shall be vested in a president, singular. The whole will of democracy is imbued into the elected president. That president then appoints staff to then impose that democratic will onto the government. The threat to democracy, indeed the existential threat to democracy, is the unelected bureaucracy of lifetime tenured civil servants who believe they answer to no one, who believe they can do whatever they want without consequence, who believe they can set their own agenda no matter what Americans vote for.
Decision to skip the inauguration.
Preacher talking about her decision not to go to Jimmy Carter's funeral and inauguration like some type of earth-shattering event. From now mentioning in the entertainment section.
You know, what people don't realize, or my decision to make choices at the beginning of this year that suited me were met with such ridicule and criticism. Like, people couldn't believe that I was saying no for any other reason, that they had to assume that my marriage was falling apart.
Right.
You know, it's like, while I'm here really trying to own my life and intentionally practice making the choice that was right for me.
Well, what kind of voodoo bullshit this is she's wearing? It looks like a cock ring.
It took everything in my power to not do the thing that was right, or that was perceived as right, but do the thing that was right for me.
You know that ain't her hair.
That was a hard thing for me to do. I had to basically
cultural appropriation.
Trick myself out of it, and it started with not having anything to wear. I mean, I had affirmatively, because I'm always prepared for any funeral, anything. I walk around with the right dress. I travel with clothes just in case something pops off. So I was like, if I'm not going to do this thing, I gotta tell my team, I don't even want to have a dress ready.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's so easy to just say, let me do the right thing.
But then you become a shock absorber.
Yeah.
And that's what women are.
Yeah.
Shock absorbers.
Yeah.
And that's exhausting. And it's not healthy.
Yeah.
It is not healthy. You've had to be shock absorbers for your husband, for your children, for your mom, for your family, your loved ones, because of where you were sitting in the public eye. That's not fair to you. When do you...
Mr. Prime Minister. Mr. President.
Action film starring Elbow and John Cena.
It's our debut duet. Duet? Yeah, it's like I'm Dr. Dre and you're Eminem, and we're taking that stage for the first time together. I'm Eminem. What is it with you, walking around thinking you're better than everybody else?
What's the difference between me and you?
You are the commander-in-chief, you know, some DJ in Vegas.
What's the difference between us?
All right, I get it, you don't like my movies. I've never seen your movies. But the universe keeps telling me I look cool with a gun in my hand.
What's the difference between me and you?
A toy gun.
What's that?
That can't be good.
Stop the beat a minute. I got something to say.
Oh, shit. We just survived the worst security breach in history. The cavalry's coming. So keep calm and carry on.
Hey, fellas, how's it going?
Yeah, we're about to get our asses kicked, man. Read the room.
A lot of people want you dead. My mission is to deliver you to the most secure location on this continent.
Oh, you got a girl out here. That ain't, don't even know.
Hey, where's your backup?
There is no backup.
What's the playbook on this?
There is no damn playbook.
Let's make one. Going to movies now, son.
Kicking ass on a wild side.
Come on!
Yes, that thing is back. Save the blessing.
Who's the action hero now? How are you alive? I just kept calm and carried on.
That looks pretty cool. What is she, drunk?
to see the force of it all. Small businesses like the are the lifeblood of America's economy, with their great optimism, entrepreneurialism, and courage. And it's a privilege to join so many small business owners and community leaders during this cost of living week in America. All over the country, House Democrats are having events with the community about bringing down the cost of living. That was something the president promised in the campaign, but the exact opposite is happening now. So this cost of living week is part of the drumbeat.
There's another senator, Dick Durbin, said he's not running for re-election. Put him on the list.
All right, boys, we're off to a wedding and we won't be back until after bedtime, so don't stay up too late, okay? I love you guys.
All right.
All right, what do you got?
Here's Angels. Five. Yes, sir. Okay, I still owe two pair of pants.
All right, so that's going to be 13 pair of pants.
Let's see. 9 and 5.
You said 8 while ago.
I know, but it's 9 because instead of 5 pair of shorts, I got 4 pair of shorts. Because I didn't have another 44 in the shorts.
Yeah. So it's
14 pants and 4 shorts.
80. It'll be 402.
402, yes, sir.
Who make this out to?
Lucius, Lucius. Christian, Christian.
Jody.
You gonna show me that truck?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna tell him.
We gonna get to church sometime. Right up the street.
Where at?
You go up to Highway 280, which is Hamilton E. Home. Make a right turn, first church on the left.
All right.
That's my brother there. He's a bishop. I'm an elder in the church.
Okay.
All right. Here's my...
You give me one of them already.
Oh, okay.
What did I say? 402?
I'm bringing his 2 pair back next week. Friday, my birthday, my wife taking me somewhere.
She got to take you somewhere.
She said, you're going to have to get out of the lounge because I be trying to work. I be trying to work on my birthday, you know. She said, if I take you away from Atlanta, away from that van, then you can relax.
You the one that had the, you had food down there in the van too?
No.
Somebody had food down there in the van.
I've been
you know Ricky Jeffrey?
No, not right at all. A lot of people I know by sight.
Yeah.
All right,
Miss Christian. Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you.
Have a good one.
And I guarantee everything I say. If you ever have any problem with anything I say, as long as I can, it's just like it is when I sold it to you. I swap it out.
Yeah.
No extra charge.
All right, I appreciate it.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, you be blessed.
All right, get with him and let him show you that truck out there.
Okay.
Later that night.
Clean up or something?
Allen Park, Michigan, councilman goes on an unhinged ranch during a city meeting after his arrest for drunk driving with no license, insurance, or registration. I don't give two.
On an already enraging, being just a dish best served cold, and I love a good fight. So pardon my language. For those of you who know this Gemini sitting up here, you know they didn't do nothing but pour gasoline on an already enraged inferno.
Councilman Khurshid Ashafi trashing the city's police and refusing to step down from his job. His verbal attack leaving citizens who asked him to step down outraged.
Revenge is a dish best served cold. You want me to move? Come move me. I'm sitting right here.
Of his arrest for refusing a breathalyzer after a crash.
I'm not saying that shit at all. I'm just doing my job.
And allegedly driving on a suspended license and failing to yield. Those charges remain pending.
They came out of no way.
Here, EMTs describing a smell of alcohol and slurred speech, which the councilman denies. Blood test results also are still pending. And in another incident, March 10th, also caught on police body cam video in Highland Park. Councilman Ashafi having a contentious exchange with officers outside a bar. Listen closely and you can hear him calling them white Nazis.
Another black victim.
Hey, chill out.
Pick up your shit. You did threaten me, nigga. You said, do you know I got up in here, nigga? Pick up your shit. Pick up your shit. Pick up your shit. I'm not everybody else. You're not gonna threaten me. Pick up your shit. Nigga, first of all, I'm not these maintenance men. You never gonna threaten me with no gun. I never got at you disrespectfully. Have I? Nah. Have I? Have I? No, nigga. Pick up your shit. Grab your stuff.
Still got a mask, don't wear the mask.
You're not about to threaten me with no gun, little nigga. Go put your shit up, and if you feel like you want to come back and talk to me, talk to me. Now you want to pay for this back? Talk, man. Because you ain't getting it back. Talk, man. Why you get at me like that, bro? Because first of all, I'm talking to you. I'm being on one. You just told me right now, I know you was talking to the little nigga. You talking about you got a 40 for me? You got clips for me? Nigga. You got guns for me? I wasn't even talking to you. We in this fucking neighborhood, nigga. Why the fuck we? You, nigga, somebody come tripping over here. When somebody come tripping over here, I got my own with everybody. I got my own pistol. You tripping with everybody over here. But you threatened me with a gun. Well, who did you call the police? You can call whoever. You call the police. You call them. You threatened me with a gun. I took it. You ain't getting it back. Pick up your shit and take it back. You can buy it. How much you want? How much you got on you?
How much you got on sale?
Better be honest. Well, get up on my face. Bro, you just threatened me. You ain't getting it back. You ain't my shit back. You touch me again, I'm gonna blow you with this motherfucker, nigga. Cause you threatened me with it. I did not. Nigga, so you can call the police. You can call them. Nigga, and I'll be right here when they come. Cause you threatened me with a pistol, nigga. No, I'll give it to him. No, I didn't. I got it's okay. You walk around here with guns. I'll cash out you. I'll cash out you on Wednesday. Nah. Nah. Bro. You cash out me shit. I didn't steal nothing. You threatened me. Yes, you did. No, I didn't. You fucking lying on my name now. Do what you gotta do, nigga. You threatened me for the gun. Call whoever you gotta call. I don't give a fuck about none of that, nigga. You threatened me with a gun. I ain't got no warrants. I ain't no felon. I ain't nothing. I'm ready to clean out here in Vegas. You gotta ask somebody. Nigga, I just got my shit in the store.
What the hell? I know she didn't do that to her face.
All over the world, not just South America. They were emptying their prisons into the United States. Venezuela emptied its prisons out, but many countries emptied their prisons into the Congo, as an example, in Africa, emptied their prisons into the United States, and we're getting them out, and I hope we get cooperation from the courts, because, you know, we have thousands of people that are ready to go out, and you can't have a trial for all of these people. It wasn't meant, the system wasn't meant, and we don't think there's anything that says that. Look, we are getting some very bad people, killers, murderers, drug dealers, really bad people, the mentally ill, the mentally insane. They emptied out insane asylums into our country. We're getting them out, and a judge can't say, no, you have to have a trial. The trial's going to take 2 years, and no, we're going to have a very dangerous country if we're not allowed to do what we're entitled to do. And I won an election based on the fact that we get them out, and we've done an amazing job. Look, everybody admits, even the radical left, we have got the strongest border we've ever had. Even stronger than what I had for 4 years. We had a great border.
Chapman. Hello. Yes, sir. Hey, what's going on? All right. Yeah, just give me a call. All right. Love it. All right, thank you. Bye-bye.
We solved the problem, but it's a tad stronger, which is, I don't know if that's disappointing or not to me. I beat my own record, but I appreciate the question. Thank you, Daniel.
What do you order Bill Gates epidemic cause intentionally likely thing to cause?
They're intentionally caused to cause, say, 10 million excess deaths. An epidemic, either naturally caused or intentionally caused, is the most likely thing to cause, say, 10 million excess deaths.
There is no question that there will be a challenge, the coming administration, in the arena of infectious diseases, but also there will be a surprise outbreak.
There will be a surprise to cause, say, 10 million excess deaths. An epidemic.
Lock them bitches up.
Yes, I'm calling on you. You're welcome.
3,135, and then my after-hours fee is going to be $800. So perfect. Okay, so I just had a client reach out to me. She's one of my regulars, so this is nothing like out of the ordinary. But she asked if I could do an after-hours appointment because she wants a new install before this weekend. And I have no openings, and so she knows I offer after-hours appointments on Saturdays and Sundays, but it does come with a hefty cost. So I pretty much am on call to my clients, but let's get ready. We're going to go do this appointment. I'm not going to get dressed and all crazy like I usually do for work. I'm literally meeting her up there in an hour, so let's go do this appointment. Okay, so Mariah is doing an after-hours appointment, which is pretty much like my normal regular clients know that if they call me, I have a day or a fee if you want to come in on Sunday or days that I don't work because I'm so busy. And
$3,900? Bullshit.
Do you know what's not normal? It's not normal to get up at 6:30 in the morning to get your kids rushing ready for school to shove them out the door to fight with each other in order for them to go to a place where they're not actually getting educated, they're getting indoctrinated. Do you know what else is not normal? It's not normal to just have a couple of hours with your partner in the evening after work when you're tired, when the last thing you've got on your mind is actually you just want to de-stress and all you do is argue, right? Do you know what else is not normal? It's not normal having to live month to month on a wage, knowing that if one day you were to lose your job, that's it. You'd lose your house, you'd lose your car, you'd lose everything, right? That's not normal. And we've been sold this as a normal way of living, like this is life. That's not life. That's survival. It's literally clutching at straws in order to just get through to the next day. We've been sold this lie, this game, which doesn't benefit us in any way, shape or form. All it does is benefit the people at the top, the owners of the corporations, the billionaires, the people who take advantage of the fact that you don't feel good, that your health is bad, that you feel depressed. So they sell you solutions to your problems in order to make themselves money. And that little bit of money that you have, you spend it on shit to try and make yourself feel better. And all the time, they're just getting richer and richer and richer and richer, and your life isn't changing. Because the alcohol that you buy, the nicotine that you buy, the drugs that you buy, the Netflix that you watch, all of these things you do to kind of make yourself feel better don't actually solve the internal problem, which is the fact that life is not meant to be lived in this way. And when you change your life to a life that you actually love, then you don't need the Netflix subscription, you don't need the alcohol, you don't need the drugs, you don't need the nicotine, you don't need the constant fighting with your partner. You have time to spend with your children, you have time to spend with your family, you have time to spend with your partner. You do the things that you enjoy, not the things that you hate, right? But of course, in order to do that, you need to change the mindset of the way that you're thinking. You need to change the things that you do. You need to change how you feel.
Cream is actually FDA approved for the treatment of rosacea.
I never heard it.
You never heard it?
You produced it? One about Jimmy Rogers in it.
Yeah, it's about Jimmy Rogers and this and that and another. I don't know what it's about, really. Well, I woke up this morning, it would drizzle and rain. Round the curve come a passenger train. I heard somebody yodel and a hobo moan. But Jimmy, he's dead, he's been a long time gone, been a long time gone.
You get the copyright strike. Only 66 years from the first flight to landing on the moon in 1969. Here we are 76 years later, cannot yet return to the moon. We should have been on Mars by now. Because we didn't go to the moon.
They talk about their finances because men judge themselves by the size of...
This is what the internet fucked us.
That's true.
This is why we have retards walking around believing everything, because I forgot what I was going to tell you.
The internet fucked us.
The internet fucked us. It's too much information. It's like this. I was in the hospital, and I get on a fucking elevator, and there's 2, 3 doctors, you know.
Chapman.
Half a fags in my world, okay? And they're like, oh my God,
Chapman.
We can't wait till the Kennedy report comes out. Well, how is it going to make a difference in your world? It's like these idiots with the Epstein list. How is it going to make a difference in your world if Tom Hanks is on that list?
I'll tell you.
Do you not have to go to work tomorrow? Do you have to do all the same shit? That shit doesn't matter to me. I don't give a fuck who's on the Epstein list. I don't give a fuck who went to Diddy's house. It's got nothing to do with me. But in today's world, because of the internet, it makes us think it's got something to do with us. It has nothing to do with me, man.
It's a show. That's what it is.
What's the fucking show? I don't want to watch that show. So now I got to wait here. 60 years we've been watching the same footage. He got hit. It clocked back.
Right.
You know, Lee Harvey out. But now we want to really fuck with these fucking peanut nimble-headed dummies that are. Well, I want to see what's on there. Then 2 days later, the Jews did it. Yeah. Believe me. Just worry about paying your fucking credit card bills, you fucking idiot. That's what you should worry about. Did you see what happened this year in this country? Fucking millionaires are selling off fucking property before to pay taxes to get capital. Are you fucking kidding me? And people are worried about the fucking Epstein list. Like, how is it going to change your life who fucking Tom Hanks was fucking in the ass? Who doesn't matter? And do you really care? At the end of the day, do you really care about that 16-year-old girl? No, you don't. So shut the fuck up.
Calling a bitch. What you talking about? Bro, what you got? Oh, this bitch got a gun, y'all.
Who gonna smack me?
You got a gun. What you gonna do? What you gonna do with it? What you gonna do with it? What you gonna do with it, bitch? I'm not worried about that gun, bitch. You will get blown down right here. What you talking about? Tell me to go ahead. Bitch, take that shit back, bitch. You in this car, and bitch, bitch. She just shot me. She just shot you?
She shot you?
He called 911. She just shot me. Bitch, she lied. Just shot me. Yes. This bitch don't even know. She's gonna go to jail. But she just shot you away. In my arm. Bro, who you just calling a bitch? What you talking about?
So my thoughts on Jordan Peterson are a little nuanced because I think he's totally right. But it's his lack of disclosure about the fact it's him too is why people are righteously and rightfully calling him out. So he said, between 2 and 4% of the population are Machiavellian, dark triad, psychopath types who seek power. And they're Pharisee, they're cynical.
New way to fish. Hey, you catch your limit that way. I don't know if this video is real or not, but it's worth sharing. A video emerged sometime after the famous pyramid UFO over the Pentagon. Solo leaked video about a meeting at the UN to discuss the contact that happened. Sound is horrible, man. That sound is horrible. I can't understand what she's saying. Florida man threatens to shoot a 9-year-old girl after she showed up to his house selling candy and then alleged she was a decoy for a break-in. Birds. Ooh! Fucking jabbed in her eye, man. Jabbed in her eye.
Let me give you a fun example of how little our government officials know about what's happening in private.
Some of the conservative media that's more pro-Israel. I know you've talked to Nick Fuentes. I listen to more of his stuff now that my eyes have gotten open to this.
Sure.
What are your thoughts on him and Candace Owens kind of getting banned by Turning Point and the Daily Wire and stuff like that? Do you think the Daily Wire and Turning Point?
Well, they're scared of discourse. They're scared of discourse. The reality is simply this: support of Israel is an indefensible position. I was streaming the other day and I showed a clip from President Nixon where he was asked in an interview back in the 90s, in 1992, you know, hey, why do we support Israel? In your book, you admitted that there's not really much strategic value in supporting Israel. And he basically said for moral reasons, right? And I was like, oh, moral reasons. You mean more like blackmail and the fact that they own our politicians. But that's kind of what it comes down to. There is no strategic benefit to supporting Israel. So people like Ben Shapiro, Charlie Kirk, etc., these, you know, hardcore Zionists, they don't want to have that discussion because it's really an indefensible position.
All these out there that are being blackmailed, a way they could fight the blackmail is they could name the people that are blackmailed. Because if this guy does something with that kid and you film it, you just as fucking guilty as the guy doing that to the kid.
There's no reason why we support Israel the way that we do. They've created more problems for us than good. You know, I think anyone with eyes can see that. The Iraq War, all of our wars in the Middle East in general, it's been because of Israel. That's why those guys were dancing, because they knew when those towers were on fire that we were going to go ahead and take out all their adversaries in the Middle East. And if you look at it now, you look back at the clean break memo that was written back in the 90s by, you know, Jewish neocons who were U.S. citizens for Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. All those countries that were mentioned in the clean break memo, we've either destabilized or paid off, right? Jordan and Egypt are cucked. We pay them a lot of money to play nice with Israel. Other countries, we've toppled their governments or done some type of operation or coup. And all that's left now is Iran. And that's who we're currently negotiating with now. And I think we're in a very sensitive time where if we don't negotiate these, if we don't go through this properly, we can find ourselves in a World War III. And we're going to win, obviously. Iran can't stand up to us, but it's going to be very costly and very painful for us economically, right? Iran is in a very strategic position where they can really hurt us economically, whether it's you know, their missile system, which is very advanced, their air defense, which is very advanced, their drone program. They absolutely have, you know, all of our allies, Saudi Arabia, UAE, etc. They can destroy their oil fields and their strategic points. You know, we could see gas prices go up to like $11 if we go to war. Just off of that alone, they shut down the Strait of Hormuz. So there's some really serious consequences of us going to war with Iran. But that's what Israel wants. They want us to go in there and, you know, knock out their nuclear capabilities.
That I hope you know that there's a dude laying in a hospital bed right now, riddled with bullets, because of you. You guys have been on this app for weeks saying, will somebody do it? Will somebody just please do it? Will somebody stand up and do it for the country? Knowing damn well that there is people on this app that are very unwell and will take that to heart and stand up and say, you know what? I'm gonna do it. So a dude gets in his car, travels from Indiana to 1 block from the White House to most likely do some stupid shit and ends up shot. And it's your fault. I'm gonna be straight up. I don't fucking like you liberals. At all. But I would never wish death on you guys. No matter how much I don't like you and no matter how much I don't agree with you. I think another thing that is just as disgusting as you guys getting on this app and telling people, just do it, will somebody just do it, is that if that was a Trump supporter who got shot, you guys would be celebrating.
All right, man, there's 2 people on here. I'm going to wrap this up for today. Appreciate y'all being over here, y'all too. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see y'all later.
Fixing up his big old ride. Semi-truck, not slave this year. Needs to make it home by night. Carols playing on the radio. Snowflakes fall within the light. Santa breathing heavy sighs. Knows he's got to make it right.
Morning, Mike. Chantel from Brackley here. Pronouns 35 from. Really gutted about.
Yeah, what about? Who's that? Put him in that Milwaukee bag. You got him from who? There.